welcome to Sarah's Stamper Retreat. Today we're going to be creating a lighter butterfly wedding card, and we're going to be using the gorgeous Peacock Butterfly dies from Spellbinders and one of these white lights from Chibitronics. So I've cut all these pieces for my butterfly. I think this is absolutely beautiful. I've used this quite a few times already. And I'm just going to glue this body piece on. I think where the butterfly symbolises like change and growth and something beautiful, then it's nice for a wedding card. So then this die here, you would usually cut and put something on here, but I'm going to cut that into my butterfly, and that's where I'm going to have my light come through, because I think it's kind of like the heart of the butterfly. So now I've got that hole in there, and then I've got a 5-inch square card blank, then I've got a 4 1/4 inch square piece of gold cardstock and a 4-inch square piece of white cardstock, and I've embossed this white cardstock with this lovely embossing folder of the month from Spellbinders. That's the current August one, and it has this really lovely texture to it. So I'm going to glue these two pieces together. So then I'm going to place everything on the front of my card, and that will help me figure out where I want my butterfly to go. So I think I have my butterfly here. So what I'm going to do is just draw through that. Then I'm going to use my hole punch just to punch a hole in there. And then I'm just going to finish cutting out that teardrop with my scissors. Doesn't matter if it's a little messy because it's going to be covered by the butterfly. But I can't die cut it because that will flatten out my embossing. So that's there. And then I'm just going to add that onto the front of my card, and then I'm going to draw through that so that I know where I want my light. So now we're going to create our circuit, and we're going to create a super simple circuit. So I've got my switch pack. So in here we've got 5 of these switches, 5 battery holders and some foam tape. And I know that I want my sentiment kind of in this corner. Then I want to press on my sentiment to turn the switch on. So I want my switch down in that corner too. So let's pop this down here. So then I'm going to use my craft stencil, which has this hole on it, which is the same shape as my LED lights. So I'm going to pop that over here. And the positive side is this long bit and the negative is that bit. So I'm going to turn it round this way so that the negative side is closest to the negative bit, which will go up here. And the positive side is close to the positive bit, which will go up here. So then I'm just going to draw that in place so that I know where I want that to go. So the only reason we need this is to show us where to cover with our tape. So we've got this conductive fabric tape, and you get 10 meters of this on a roll, and we are going to go from the negative side of the switch like this, up here. Just going to move it round a bit, and then we're going to move it up, and we're going to go over the pointy negative side of the LED, and then we're going to cut that off. So then we're going to do the positive side, and again I'm just coming up the positive side of the switch. I'm going to go down the top so that we can close the switch, and then we're going to turn it, and we're going to bring it up here to come over the positive side of that piece that we drew and cut it off. And just to show you, I've been on the Chibitronics design team since February now, so I've been making at least a project a month since then, and I've still got all of that and my first roll of tape left. And this is literally the simplest circuit you could ever make, because we've done that. Now we just need to stick our sticker on over here. So then I'm going to grab one of the battery holders. I'm going to stick that inside here. Then I'm just going to put a coin battery in, and we can close it up, and you can see that it lights up. So it really is easy to make one of those really simple circuits. So then I've labelled that up, and I will put a photo of that on my blog so that if you're making this you can refer back to it. So then I'm going to add on some of the tape that comes in that pack onto the back of here, but I'm missing out this corner where the switch goes because obviously I don't want to take the switch down. So then I'm going to take this off and put it on the front of my card. And then I'm going to pop this on the front of my card. Then I've got my butterfly and I've got all these pieces. So you can actually make these eyes in 3 colours, but I've only chosen to use 2 pieces of it because I just want gold and white on this card. So then I'm going to glue on this little eye, and then the 2 sides of these eyes, some big ones and some little ones, and so they go onto all these pieces. So then I've just cut the body again in vellum, and I'm going to glue that behind this body, and that will just help filter the light a little bit. And then I'm going to use this wishing you happily ever after sentiment, and then I'm going to stamp that on here, and I'm going to heat emboss that in gold. Then I'm going to add on my butterfly. I'm only going to add it on by the body so it can be nice and dimensional. Then I'm going to add on the sentiment with a foam pad. And I've just added one of these Colour Essential gems, the gold ones, onto the head. So then there's our finished card. You can see that lights up really nicely. So I really hope that you enjoyed today's card. If you did, I'd appreciate you clicking like below, and you can also press subscribe if you'd like to see future videos. If you press the bell button and select all, then YouTube will also notify you when I've got a new video available. All of the products that I've used for today's card are listed in the description below, and there's also a link there to my blog where you can find a picture supply list if that helps you find what you're looking for. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope to see you again soon.